aspartame and the genetically modified yoga mat that is a Big Mac.
Right. I mean, Trump has come out and basically said that he's like a carnivore, and then he just eats whatever. And I think that is not beyond the realm of possibility that because I mean, I used to work with some elders in the past, and one guy was, super esteemed anesthesiologist, and he's retired, but I mean, he was only maybe 10 years into his retirement, and he had been a huge McDonald's guy for decades.
Yeah.
And he had advanced Alzheimer's. And it's like, he was 75. How old is Trump now? Like 72?
Yeah, he's up there.
And I mean, I'm not going to like endorse the sort of political angle that typically espouses this line that he may have mental instability issues related to dementia and Alzheimer's, but I will say that there have been a couple instances that I've seen him seem sort of vacant and oblivious.
Okay.
That would suggest something along those lines, but
who cares where I stand on this? But on that note, where I stand on that is, if y'all want to do that, we get to do it on you.
Oh, it's the full gamut. I mean, we live in a pathocracy to a great extent.
Y'all can get a speeding ticket in your county of choice, and if you make the wrong argument from the government's perspective, you're gonna have to have a psychological evaluation. That's the state of things.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in a custody battle and you make the wrong statement, if you got a kid in public schools and you say the wrong thing at the wrong time, you could be in jeopardy of being under that same type of scrutiny. So I don't think Donald Trump is so far mentally ill that I would demand that myself. But if other members of the government want to do that, they want to say that, they want to like die on that hill, I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
They are waging their own war. Mm-hmm. I get it. But in war, you better expect at least equal force in return. So let's turn that around on you. Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden.
Oh, sure.
Fucking Mitch McConnell.
Oh, yeah, all these guys.
John McCain.
I mean, they're old.
Is John McCain, is his head in a jar somewhere on a shelf ready to be downloaded into my Doom simulator?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like you hear someone like Ray Kurzweil go to all these lengths to describe what the singularity is going to be like, and it's none other than the very same technological advancements that we've been citing during this time. And in the article, the whole outline of Heidegger is really just there to show that there was a highly respected general thinker, existential thinker, who wasn't in any sort of spiritual or esoteric tradition, but still realized that, a lot of what technology is based on is this compulsion to produce and to see the world as kind of an unused slag heap or a stockpile, just ready to be properly implemented in all these effective and efficient production methods. And if you just continue indefinitely along those lines, you're going to come to a situation where human consciousness is completely dependent and technology is utterly indispensable for day-to-day life. And the Wall-E reference, I mean, it's like wind, fun, yeah, cool. We got the floating screen, we got the hover chairs, we've got the Slurpees. We're ready to go, man.
Go away, I'm baiting.
I'm baiting.
I'm baiting.
But it is true. I mean, it's like, it's a stark reminder, and it's Disney, of course, which is like the king of like power of suggestion, occultistry.
Werner von Braun.
Yeah.
Werner von Braun.
Oh wait, what was it that was on his tombstone? Wasn't it a psalm? May the firmament show the glory of
the glory of God.
The glory of God.
The glory of God.
Yeah. And basically, Heidegger's thing is like, maybe it's not such a good idea to just accept every single cool sounding technological advancement that comes down the pipeline. Maybe we need to apply a little bit more scrutiny and resistance and precautionary principle to technology in terms of its general development.
So I did include in the outline for today's episode a fluoride meme, because we got
the heavens declare the glory to God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork. That's Psalms 19. Why would the guy who founded NASA put that on his gravestone? The firmament sheweth his handiwork? I thought NASA was all about, science has discovered through the heliocentric revelation that we're actually just in an infinite void of ever expanding something into nothing, and who knows why we're here, but isn't it one wild ride? Why would someone who created an agency built on that viewpoint reference God and the firmament as the only thing on his gravestone? Did he have a crisis of conscience and realize, actually, what we're doing is kind of a really elaborate scientific, pseudoscientific scam that may or may not have any legitimacy, but we do know that there's a certain limit to where we can go. But hey, check out this phone call that we made to Nixon while we were on the moon. I mean,
Have you heard Carol Rosen, Werner von Braun's assistant?
Oh, yes.
So let's listen to this.
Yeah.
For the uninitiated, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
For the uninitiated, Carol Rosen was the late Werner von Braun's secretary, basically a office assistant,
Mm-hmm.
and she appeared in Dr. Stephen Greer's Disclosure Project's national press event in March 2001.
Right.
To relate her experiences with the late Werner von Braun and the information he shared with her about the future. So look up Werner von Braun, look up Dr. Carol Rosen, look up the Disclosure Project.
Look up Jack Parsons.
And Jack Parsons.
And JPL.
And the Jet Propulsion Laboratory.
And maybe look at some of their hobby life and some of the organizations they might have been affiliated with.
And look at, like where Werner von Braun came from.
Right.
And the project Operation Paperclip.
Yeah.
Look that up. Okay, if you're an American, especially.
Yeah.
Especially.
You need to understand that this is not just a neutral, like experimental, well-intentioned, objective agency. Like it was originally part of the Department of War. This is like psychological warfare.
Well, what were rockets originally for? Okay.
Like missiles, right?
Oh, okay. So let's play this clip.
Yeah.
Was Carol Rosen. In 1970. Good morning. My name is Carol Rosen. In 1974,